Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to cover comparative statement of profit and loss. In last video, we have completed topic comparative balance sheet. So in this video, that is in on your screen, you can see there is a statement of profit and loss. In 11th class already you study about the profit and loss account, but here there is some difference because we are here covering the company's statement of profit and loss. So that is in the vertical order. First, that is the revenue from operation. Revenue from operation means you will cover all the items, that is net sale of scrap, commission received, revenue from services. All these things will include in the revenue from operation. After that, we will add in that is other income. Other income means whatever be the income that is apart from the sale, like you will get rent received, interest and dividend received, gain on sale of investment, discount received, gain or sale of fixed assets, excess provision return back, liability return back. These things will, if it is there in the question, so you will consider it as a other income and you will mention it, or you will add it in the revenue from operation. Like you can consider it as a P&L account. In P&L account in 11th class we mention at the credit side whatever be the net profit, and in that we add all the other income that you were getting apart from the business income. So after that you will add these two things, revenue from operation and other income. So you will get the total revenue for your business, and after that you will deduct expenses, and in expenses you will include first cost of material consumed. So as we already know how to calculate cost of material consumed, that we already study in class 11, but I am going to repeat it. You will add opening inventory of material plus net purchase of material minus closing stock. Now what is the mean of net purchase of material? Net purchase of material means purchase, out of purchase you have to deduct the purchase return, so that will be the net purchase of material. So you will deduct, you will get the net purchase of material. It means opening stock in which we will add net purchase of material, and now we will deduct closing stock, so you will get the cost of material consumed. After that, purchase of stock in trade. Purchase of stock in trade, it means whatever goods that you bought from someone else. Like we can take example of any trader who is not producing anything, but he is buying so that he can sell to anyone else. So if you bought something, like any businessman purchase paper for resale purposes, like anybody have a stationery shop and he purchased paper for purpose of resale, so that is considered as a stock in trade. After that, change in inventory. Change in inventory we can categorize on three basis. First, how to calculate change in inventory. So if you want to find out change in inventory, closing inventory minus opening inventory, there, so that you can get the change in inventory. So here we can categorize inventory on three bases, that is the finished goods, work in progress and stock in trade. Just with the help of example we can understand all these three. Like you can take example of a bakery. So for the bakery, that is whatever be the produced biscuit, packed biscuit, for whatever biscuit they have produced, and that is remain in the stock for the purpose of sale, so that is the finished goods. And if that bakery is producing biscuits and that is some work is still remain, it is like it is not packed, it is in the production boundary, so that is considered as a work in progress. It means some work remains, so that is considered as a work in progress. And stock in trade, I have already explained that whatever material you have and you bought from someone else and you are going to sell to someone else, so that is considered as a stock in trade. And the last second last thing, that is employee benefit expenses. Like it is not only that what employee is getting in terms of salary, that in that also some other benefit also that is provided by the company to the employee. Like employee will get the salary, apart from that staff welfare expenses, canteen expenses, contribution to provident fund and other staff welfare fund. All these things which is provided by the company for the benefit of the employee, that will be come under the employee benefit expenses. And after that, that is the finance cost. Finance cost, when we talk about finance cost, it means suppose you have taken loan from a bank, so you have to pay interest for that, so that is considered as a finance cost, like interest on loan, or it may be sometime bank charge processing fees for that, so that is also considered as a or a discount or loss on issue of debentures. These all are considered as a finance cost. Apart from that, depreciation and amortization. Now what is the difference between depreciation and amortization? Like you bought machine, and after 1 year value of that machine will reduce automatically because you use that machine, so obviously, so after some time it will be useless. So whatever be the value decrease just by using that machine, that is considered as a depreciation. Now apart from that, that is the amortization expenses. When we talk about intangible assets, goodwill, patent, so whatever value decrease, like in 2019 higher value was there, but in 2020 lower value is there, so there is a difference between the patent, that is considered as amortization expenses, so that will come under the depreciation and amortization expenses. Apart of all these heads, if any other expenses remain, so that will be covered in the other expenses. So all other expenses which do not fall in the above category. So some example of that, telephone expenses, rent and tax expenses, selling and distribution expenses, advertisement expenses, loss on sale of fixed assets or investment, cash discount allowed, bad debts and provision for doubtful debts. So that is considered as a other expenses. That is the total expenses. Now you have two main head, that is total revenue, in which we include revenue from operation and other income, and apart from that, all the expenses that we already discussed, that is considered as a total expenses. Now you have to deduct total expenses from total revenue, so you will get the profit before tax. On that you have to pay taxes to the government, so you will charge taxes. So profit before tax less tax, if you are deducting, that is number 5, and from profit before tax you will get number 5 by deducting number 3 minus number 4. It means total revenue minus total expenses, so you will get the profit before tax. Then after you will charge taxes, and by deducting the taxes you will get the profit after tax. So that is general format of statement of profit and loss. And now when we talk about comparative statement, so that is the format of comparative statement. So with the help of that we solve question, but that is the format, so that you can consider it that you have to solve whole question with the help of these format. So with the help of that question we will learn how to prepare comparative income statement. So in the question it is given like revenue from operation, cost of revenue from operation, direct expenses, operating expenses, that is given in the question for 2020 and 2019. Like revenue from operation for 2020, that is 8 lakh, for 2019 that is 5 lakh, cost of revenue from operation, that is 5 lakh and 3 lakh for 2019. Direct expenses for 2020, that is 20,000, and for 2019 it is 40,000. Operating expenses 40,000 and 30,000 respectively, and income tax, that is 40%. Now if you want to solve that question, already we have learned about the format. According to the format we will solve that question, and in that format, that is the vertical form that already I told you. So in that first you have to copy whatever be the income given, so or whatever be the expenses given, that you just need to copy. Like you can see here that whatever be the 2020 value, that you just copy 8 lakh, 5 lakh, 40,000, and all these things you will copy. So first revenue from operation, that you will mention here, and after that for both the years, and after that cost of revenue from operation. Now here in this question you won't mention direct expenses. Direct expenses is didn't mention here because when we talk about cost of revenue from operation, so already we study in the 11th class that when it is given in the question that cost of revenue from operation, so we won't mention direct expenses because these are already included in that. That's why we are not mentioning direct expenses here. So now when you want to solve this question, first you have to mention revenue from operation, whatever income it is given, and in that question other income is not given, so we are not mentioning here. After that, cost of revenue from operation, that is already given in the question, 5 lakh for 2020 and 3 lakh for 2019. After that, operating expenses already given, so you will mention operating expenses here. After that, you have to do one thing, that you want to know profit. So revenue from operation, that is 8 lakh and that is 5 lakh 40,000 total expenses. So from first and second, you deduct from first column to second column. It means 8 lakh minus 5 lakh 40,000. So you will get 2,60,000. In the same way, 5 lakh it is for 2019 and it is 3,30,000 total expenses given. So 5 lakh minus 3,30,000, so that is 1,70,000. Now in the question it is given that tax charge at the rate of 40%. So always tax will be charged on the profit before tax, that is 2,60,000. So you have to find out 2,60,000 into 40 upon 100. So that amount will be around 1,04,000. So that is the common format that we are following. So whatever be the profit before tax that you earn, 2,60,000 minus 1,04,000. So amount that is you will get, that is profit after tax, 1,56,000. In the same way, here 5 lakh total revenue from operation and less 3,30,000. So you got profit before tax 1,70,000. On that you have to charge 40% tax. So 40% tax, that is 68,000. Now you will deduct 1,70,000 minus 68,000. So that is 1,02,000. So that is the solution of income statement. Now you have to prepare comparative statement. So in the same way that we already use in comparative balance sheet, one formula that we generally use, that is percentage change. If you want to find out percentage change, so you want to know absolute change divided by amount of the previous year into 100. Now with the help of that you can find out percentage change, but before that you need to know what is the amount of absolute change. So with the help of that you can find out the amount, that is 8 lakh and 5 lakh. So with the help of 8 minus 5 lakh, absolute change, that is 3 lakh. After that 5 lakh and 3 lakh, so difference, that is 2 lakh. After that 40,000 and 30,000, difference is 10,000, because here you can mark it as a column, B. So with the help of, if you want to find out C, so A minus B. So everything is positive, that's why we are not mentioning bracket here. Now 5,40,000 minus 3,30,000. So 5,40,000 minus 3,30,000, that is amount 2,10,000. In the same way, 2,60,000 minus 1,70,000, that is 90,000. And after that 1,04,000 minus 68,000, so that is 36,000. And here last one, that is profit after tax, 54,000. So you find with the help of that we find out absolute change. Now with the help of that formula you can find out what is the percentage change. So absolute change, that is I am trying to find out revenue from operation. So the absolute change, that is 3 lakh divided by what is the amount of previous year. So amount of previous year, current year is 2020, so previous year, that is 5 lakh. So 3 lakh divided by 5 lakh into 100. So that value around 60%. In the same way, all the things you can find out, like here, that is absolute change 2 lakh and previous year value, that is 3 lakh. So 2 lakh divided by 3 lakh into 100. that value around 66.67. In the same way, 10,000 divided by 30,000, so that value around 33.33. 2,10,000 divided by 3,30,000, so value that is 63.64. And here 90,000 divided by 1,70,000, so that is 52.94%. In the same way, 36 divided by 68,000, so with the help of calculator you can easily find out 52.94. and in the same way, last one, 54,000 divided by 1,02,000, so that value also 52.94. so with the help of that you can find out. So whatever be the format that you have to follow strictly, and you have to mention each and everything according to question. If it is revenue, like other income is not given in the question, so we didn't mention, but direct expenses given and cost of revenue of operation given, that's why we didn't include direct expenses here. So with the always remember, tax will be charged on profit before tax. So with the help of that you can just prepare it, and that is very simple question, and that can give you full marks. So practice this question. In the next video we will cover common size balance sheet. Just complete these topics. After that we will cover in the next video common size balance sheet.